Hello everyone, welcome to Lantern. This is a little experiment. I was looking through YouTube and it recommended to me a video from this person whose channel is named Lone Adventurer, video titled 6 Solo Adventure Games for People Who Like Puzzles. I didn't watch the video because I wanted to experience the games for myself. But there's a list of them in the description, and Lantern, this thing here, is the first one I found that was free to just download the PDFs. I couldn't find a Lantern mod in Tabletop Sim. Maybe there is one, but it's just, there's almost nothing here. So I just imported 2 PDFs myself and made some dice, and now I have a Lantern table. Hopefully, I will remember to link to this person's video in the description. If I forget, please feel free to remind you, and I'll do it and then probably just delete your comment for clarity. So don't take offense. Anyway, what's the deal with Lantern? It's a short, kind of Yahtzee-like game where you're trying to get dice to meet various challenges as you adventure through the countryside, defeating monsters or something. You have a little character sheet down here of a small number of abilities you can use to manipulate die rolls. And each zone you enter is a challenge of, dice results that you have to meet. I think that's kind of all the details we need to get into at the moment. You have some abilities, your 3 abilities, and then Constitution, which, for whatever reason, isn't an ability, but acts exactly like one. I get that, in D&D, they wouldn't call Constitution an ability. It's an attribute, right? But, why not just choose a name for a different ability? It's very, very weird. So we start the game off, as it says here. Preparation, you roll the 6 dice to make your... What do they call... They call it a grid or a stat grid or something in D&D? I don't know. So we roll all of our dice. How much is this? 12 and 7, 19. So below average, sadly. I did this is my second attempt at this video because I got partway through and then realized I had been breaking the rules the whole time. And so I just said, you know what, let's start over. I had a 21 that time, which is the average. It says here if you get less than 15, really you shouldn't play the game. It will be too hard. This is below average, but within the realm of normal possibility, so we'll take it. We're going to assign each of these dice to an ability or Constitution, or our starting amount of experience, or an experience bonus we'll get later in the game. I think it's pretty clear. Well, what's the deal with experience? When you complete a row of these experience symbols, you get 1 additional ability. So 5 points in experience is only worth as much as 1 point in something else, roughly. So I think it's pretty clear experience is the worst. And experience you don't get till the end of the game must be even worse. So we're going to put one of the 2s up there. Well, the only 2, rather. And we'll put a 3 here. And, I think Constitution is the most powerful one. I guess we can talk about what they all do. They have little icons, which is nice, but... This is critical hit, which is to flip a die to its opposite side, which is basically like subtracting it from 7. Because the opposite side of a 3 is a 4. The opposite side of a 2 is a 5. And the opposite side of 1 is 6, although we don't have any of those showing at the moment. Here, let me just... Opposite side of 1, it's 6. So in case you never learned that basic fact about dice, there's your tutorial of it. Critical hit lets you flip, which is like subtracting from 7. Counter attack lets you add or subtract 1. Magic spell lets you reroll 1 die. Constitution lets you reroll any number of dice. So that's why I think it's by far the strongest. So we'll put our biggest points there. And then everything else we have is 3s, so not much to choose from. So hey, that was a 5. Let's get these dice out of the way so I have room to draw my circles. It would be nice if I had little decals or something, but I don't. I think I had a much, much better character in the other game I played, but Since I was cheating the whole time, it hardly seems fair to complain. So the idea is these abilities, oh, whoops, I have more drawing to do, are kind of charges of a dice manipulation action. Each time you use the ability, and we've described what each ability is, each time you use an ability, you cross it off. So like if we were to use Constitution once, we would cross this circle out to indicate we've used it. And it stays crossed off for the rest of the game. This is what we have to get through the game. Experience will let us add circles, but not very many. So, I mean, this is mostly our fuel for the whole adventure. And I need 2 circles here. Oops, wrong thing. Great. So I think with that, we're ready to start, right? Start your journey in Zone 1, yeah. So to enter a zone, you just roll 6 dice. Okay. First thing is, anytime you roll a die and you get a 1, you get an experience. So let's mark that off. As I said, when you finish an experience row, you get to add a circle anywhere you like. But you don't do it now. You only do it at the end of combat. Or end of the zone, or what have you. So, for Zone 1, we need to have a 4, a 5, and any 3 of the same number. I mean, I certainly see some ways we could do that. This 5, of course, we could keep. This 5, we could bump with counterattack to make it a 4. And I mean, we could bump a 1 or a 3 to be a third 2. I don't like using 2 counterattacks. It's like all of them. But I don't see anything else good I can do. Well, actually, I do. No, I don't. Well, yeah. Because on the other side of this 5 is a 2. So I could turn this 5 into a third 2 and turn this 3 into the 4 that I need. Right? And that way I use one of each of these instead of using using 2 counterattacks. Which seems nice. I worry that I'm going to die before I get to the end. This below average character spending 2 abilities for an easy fight, but okay. I don't think I have anything better to do. So, notably, by the way, this 3 we could either increment or flip, because the opposite side of a 3 is a 4. But I think it's appropriate to use one of each rather than 2 or 1. So let's flip this 5, costing rather a use of critical hit. And let's increment this 3 to a 4, spending a use of counterattack. And now I have 3 of the same, a 4 and a 5. So we can mark Zone 1 as completed. And that's all it takes to do Zone 1. I guess we have to check and see, hey, did we level up? No, we didn't. Okay. On to Zone 2. That's a lot of 3s, my goodness. Okay. I mean, I have a 3 and 2 that are the same. Getting a 2 and a 4 is certainly possible, although not easy. Right, I would have to spend my last 2 charges of counterattack, I think. No, I could do one of each again. I could turn the 5 into a 2, and then a 3 into a 4. Yeah. Okay, I guess I'll do that. So turn 5 into 2, and turn 3 into 4. Now I have 2, 3, 4, and 2 other 3s. So we're done with this. And I didn't roll any 1s, so we won't be leveling up. We just head to zone 3. That's 2 1s, so let's mark those off. Again, we don't actually get the benefit of leveling up till after the fight. I need 3, 4, 5, and then 3 that are the same. Well, if I had 2 more counterattack, or 2 more critical hits, I could get there, I think. Because I could turn a 2 into a 5, and a 6 into a 1. But I don't have that. So maybe I just keep the 3 and the 4 and reroll everything else, looking for 5s or ways to make things the same as each other? I guess. So let's use a Constitution here. Reroll these 4. Okay, that's another 1. It does say under Constitution, the double asterisk reminding you to count experience for it. Okay, so is this any better? Not really. I would say it's worse. Obviously, I could have kept some of those dice and just rerolled 1 with a magic spell or something. But there wasn't any 1 die I really needed to reroll. So I could turn the 6 into a 1, but I can't really turn it into a 4. And I can't make 3 of a kind with anything here, I don't think. I have 3 4s, but I need one of those 4s. I could lock up a 5 by spending a 6 or a 4 on it, and another ability, but I think it's better to just roll and assume I'll hit a 5. I mean, it's not guaranteed, but it's better than certainly spending an ability on it. Okay, here's our second use of Constitution for the fight. Got a 5. I mean, I can't use this. I think I want to magic spell the 3, because if it comes up as a 1 or a 6 or a 2 or a... If it's a 1, I can get there for free. If it's a 6 or a 2, I can get there for 1 use of another ability. And if it's a 3 or 4, well, no, then I just die. Then I'm unhappy. But, okay, let's sort of lock all this and spend my first magic spell to reroll a single 3. I'll take it. So now I can counterattack to decrement this to a 1, and we're finally there. 3, 4, 5, and 3 that are the same. Actually, what order am I supposed to do this? Step 3, cross it off, and then I have gained experience, so I should add another circle to something. I mean, Constitution's good, but I think it should be counterattack. Just so I'm more flexible about what I can do with the results of my rolls. So let's put another circle here. And I guess just to make it clear, I'll cross this off. It doesn't tell you to do that, but it seems like a good way to track which ones of these you've actually spent. On to zone 4. I need 2 sets of 3. Well, I have all the 1s. And if I really wanted to and I had 2 uses of counterattack, I could make 3 5s. But surely it's better to just reroll all of this with a use of Constitution. Okay, well, I'll spend my last counterattack. Oh, I forgot about all these 1s. I'll turn this into a 1, but I rolled 5 of these. So I can actually just cross all of this off. All right, and we have 3 1s and also 3 1s. So we're done here. And then we get 2 more level ups. So that's exciting. I guess I'll take more of this because I'm using it a lot. And my last chosen level up, I think, should be Constitution. It's just a really useful ability. Cross these both off. We're done leveling up for the game. And we head into Zone 5, which is not a fight, but a bonfire. We get a Constitution circle. Oops. Circle, not a line. And 2 experience, which we can't use because we're already as brilliant as we'll ever be, thanks to all those 1s in the last fight. Okay, I mean, I've finished 5 of the 8 zones. But the hard ones are remaining, and I've got less than half of what I started with. So I'm not feeling too optimistic. We could get lucky. Let's head to Zone 6. I guess I should be looking at the flavor. What exactly? We fought skeleton archers and... No, that's not a bow. That's some weird background. He's got a sword and a shield. That's a grave, I see. We just fought a bunch of skeletons at a... Who knows what this is? In a graveyard, I guess. Maybe that's a church back there? Who did we fight earlier? First, some wolves. Very appropriate. And then... I guess this is me, and that's an evil wizard? Maybe? Up here, I mean, those just look like guys with swords protecting their house. I guess I'm an evil murderer, but we'll call these guys bandits. And then we fought the skeleton's bonfire, and we're now fighting giant spiders! Oh no! I've already rolled. This is my roll. 2, 3, 4, and 3 of a kind, huh? I got a 1, but I no longer need experience, so I won't mark that. I could keep the 2 6s, because I have 2 of a kind. But I think it's more important to get the numbers I actually need. Oh, man. So I'll keep the 3 and then reroll all the rest by spending Constitution. I got a 2. That's useful. Now I need a 4 and 2 more equal rolls. I mean, it's not a good way to get there from here. I could lock in a 4 with a counterattack or a critical strike, but that seems foolish. I think I just used more Constitution. What the hell? I can't do anything with this. I could keep the 2 6s because they're like 2 of a kind, but like 2 of a kind is not an unlikely result. I want to free up as many dice as I can for hitting 4s. I think we're gonna get killed by a spider. I don't know. I can probably just barely scrape through here, but the next 2 fights are gonna be a real problem. There's my 4. Now I need this to become 3 of a kind somehow? Yeah, I can do that. Turn the 5 into a 2 and the 3 into a 2 using these last two things. So flip the 5 and shrink the 3. And we have 3 2s. That is the spider dispatched. And I have a feeling I'm about to become lunch for something. What is this? A wizard in his ivory tower, perhaps? All right. That's a really nice roll. 4, 5, 6. The problem is getting 3 of a kind when all I have left is rerolls is very difficult. I only get one chance to reroll all the dice. I feel like I should save it for the dragon when I need a 6 of a kind. And just hope I get lucky here. The problem is, like, to get lucky, I have to reroll one die, like, let's say the 4, and have it come up 3 or 5. And then reroll the one it doesn't come up the same as, and hit a 1 and 6 there. So I need, like, a 1 and 3 followed by a 1 and 6 to win here, without using my Constitution. 1 in 18. If instead I use my Constitution, what are the odds? I've done this already, haven't I? Maybe that was in the video I scrapped, I don't remember. The odds of getting 2 of a kind on a roll of 3 dice are 1 in 6. So the odds of getting 2 of a kind out of 2 dice are exactly 1 in 6. On 3 dice, that could happen for any 2 dice that you choose. There are 3 ways to choose 2 dice, so it should be 3 out of 6. It should be exactly 50-50 to get a 2 of a kind if I use Constitution here. And then, of course, 1 out of 36 to go straight to my ideal 3 of a kind result. But more likely, I'd be using Constitution to hopefully get a pair, and then reroll the last die to 1 in 6 times. Make it a 3 of a kind. I mean, I think neither of those is going to work, but I mean, really my only chance to make it through 8 is to just reroll all the dice and hope for a miracle. I'll need my Constitution remaining. So I think I'm going to go for the slightly less likely to survive Zone 7. Although they're both pretty unlikely. You die. So I'll spend a magic spell to reroll this 3. Okay, well now a magic spell can't possibly save me, so I'll spend my Constitution after all. Got 2 5s, so my last magic spell to defeat this wizard is to turn this 1 into a 5. A 2. Alright, we're dead. The wizard has killed me. Interesting game. I mean, it seems a little... I don't know. I mean, it's kind of one-dimensional, which is not a shock when you consider the rulebook is like this big. There were a few probability puzzles that were kind of interesting. The resource management side of things wasn't that interesting, I felt like. It did teach me to appreciate like how good these are compared to Constitution. Maybe I should have gone for more of these and less Constitution. I don't know. Magic Spell obviously sucks. You should dump that every time. But I could imagine putting more points in these than in Constitution instead. I didn't have much choice since I just rolled a bunch of 3s and 1 5. Okay, well, there's Lantern. you know, if you're interested, you can get these PDFs for free on BGG and presumably many other places. I imagine the game has a website, but I just found it by searching, you know, Lantern PDF, Lantern Game PDF or something, and got the PDFs from BGG. Or no, wait, that's not what happened. I clicked the link in this guy's YouTube video. Okay. Anyway, so I'll have a link to that video in the comments in the description. Hope you guys enjoyed. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.